Not allowing the mother to remarry, the daughter decided to cut off relations. Who knew? The mother married a billionaire and even forced her to live in the stepfather's house. A whole 100,000 square meter mansion with the swimming pool actually built in the living room. After the first meeting, dad not only gave her a supercar, but also a luxurious sea view house. On the surface, the girl was very disdainful, but could not resist her mother's persuasion. In the end, she decided to stay here. Unexpectedly, on the very first night after moving in, she ran into an arrogant rich second generation. This rich kid claimed to be her brother. He mocked his stepsister as a bumpkin and laughed at the freckles on her face were ugly. The girl was just about to get angry when suddenly a vicious dog appeared behind her. He grabbed a frying pan and was about to hit the dog. Neither of them could have imagined that the stepbrother and stepsister, originally like water and fire, would gain a beautiful love. To celebrate the new family member, the whole family agreed to have dinner together. The girl was just about to dress up well when she found the wardrobe filled with high-end gowns, the cheapest of which cost 100,000. But she didn't take a single one. Instead, went downstairs wearing her own clothes. After seeing this, the stepbrother teased her with his eyes, which made the girl put on a stinky face. She hated this careless man, not only arrogant but also very sharp-tongued. During the dinner, mother and stepfather were showing affection on the side, while the two siblings were full of gunpowder. Mother praised Nick for being a good student, but the girl mocked him as hypocritical. To ease the family relationship, after dinner, the billionaire asked his son to drive the girl back. Unexpectedly, on the way back, he deliberately drove the car like it was about to fly. The girl couldn't help but curse loudly. Nick instead accused her of being unreasonable and spoiled by her mother, because Nick's mother had passed away very early. These words completely angered her. Without another word, the girl was thrown into the wilderness. While feeling depressed, luckily, she stopped a passing car. During the chat, she found out this enthusiastic driver was actually Nick's friend. It turned out they had agreed to go to a pool party. Since it was just on the way, the girl followed along. As soon as she went in, she saw Nick surrounded by girls. Thinking about how she was abandoned on the roadside, the girl could not bear it anymore. When he went to pee, she directly gave him a heavy punch. After hitting him, she even threatened to tell his father about his disgraceful deeds. Nick pretended not to care, but instead used his usual flirting tricks, trying to seduce with sweet words. As a result, the girl disgustedly pushed him away. But she didn't know, the two of them would soon play out a scene of hero saving the beauty. Facing a stranger handing her a drink, the girl was completely unsuspecting. Fortunately, Nick noticed in time. Who knew? After driving that person away, the girl didn't feel grateful and even accused him of being crazy. It was only after Nick told her there was danger that the girl realized she had wrongly blamed a good person. Because the drug in the drink was not completely cleaned out, on the way back she began talking nonsense, even unable to stand upstairs. Nick carried her up in his arms and sent her into her boudoir. Looking at this hot-tempered stepsister, he suddenly had a very special feeling in his heart. In the days after, the girl gradually integrated into this family. Mother and stepfather's relationship was always good, but she and her brother quarreled every 2 or 3 days. The turning point in their relationship was actually because of a car race. Seeing her serious look, the girl cast an admiring gaze. Just as Nick had won the race, he suddenly received a message. His girlfriend of 3 years was actually kissing someone else. In order to take revenge on the scumbag, he randomly pulled a passerby and kissed. Actually, he just wanted to take a photo, but unexpectedly, this scene was seen by Nick. The man felt sour in his heart and immediately drove the bearded guy away. The girl spoke out her feelings, planning to take a selfie and then break up with her boyfriend so that she wouldn't lose face. Nick suggested he could help her, and the girl did not refuse. Although nominally brother and sister, after all, they had no blood relation. Besides, finding a more handsome man to break up should work better. After everything was over, the girl suddenly sat in Nick's sports car because this supercar excited her very much. Unexpectedly, Sang Biao, who had just lost to Nick, suddenly challenged her. "I'll let you start 5 seconds first. I can still easily beat you." The girl agreed without hesitation and even mocked him for losing to a woman. When the referee announced the start, she leisurely put on lipstick. Being underestimated made Sang Biao instantly furious. The girl stepped the accelerator straight to the floor. It turned out her biological father was a race car driver. She herself was also professional. Dealing with this kind of street thug was nothing but a piece of cake. The girl performed a high difficulty corner overtake. This scene dazzled Nick. Very quickly she won the race. Unexpectedly, Sang Biao, who lost, did not play fair, accusing Nick of ignoring rules and letting a woman race for him. The girl originally wanted to argue, but was stopped by Nick. He didn't want to cause trouble today. According to the rules of winning and losing, he not only gave Sang Biao money, but even gave him the luxury car. He thought it could just end here. Unexpectedly, when leaving, Sang Biao insulted the sister as a cheap slut. This made Nick unable to bear it. He punched him directly. For these people, fighting was nothing but every day. But this violent behavior reminded the girl of her childhood. She helplessly squatted on the ground. Until being taken into the car by a friend, did she calm down a little. Nick comforted his sister like a brother, even gently helped her bandage the wound. After this incident, their relationship unconsciously developed into something different. Because of the sports car, the girl expressed her apology. Nick did not blame her, just a car, nothing more. This instant atmosphere made them unable to control themselves, kissing each other passionately. Until mother and stepmother suddenly appeared, they separated in panic. Fortunately, they were not seen. Since that little episode last night, Nick no longer hid his intentions, always finding excuses to approach her. And the girl also understood his little thoughts. While washing the car, she deliberately wet her clothes, letting him admire the view. Who knew? Mother suddenly appeared, bringing her boyfriend. But the daughter had already broken up with this man. Because she had seen Nick's photo, to avoid being recognized as her brother, he could only cover her face. Even though she shamelessly begged, the girl still firmly cut ties. At the side, Nick suddenly jumped into the pool, splashing her whole body with water. Knowing the girl was truly single again, he happily pulled her into the pool. The girl consciously dived underwater, then into a hidden corner. Overcome by love, the two didn't care about being discovered by stepdad and stepmom passionately kissing underwater. But they didn't know a disaster was slowly approaching them. Mother handed her an anonymous letter. When the girl opened it, it was actually filled with threats. After Nick knew, he immediately found Sang Biao and warned him not to stir trouble. When he returned home, Nick was full of wounds. It turned out he had just fought. This made the girl's heart ache. She gently wiped the blood from Nick's face, even used saliva to relieve pain and disinfect. This sweet relationship only lasted one day. Soon, the two almost broke up. Nick had a special hobby. He liked underground boxing. This made the girl very upset. She hated people using violence. Even if Nick explained it was just a sport, the girl firmly opposed it. Finally, the two broke up unhappily. Until one day, Nick learned from his father that his stepmother's ex-husband had been jailed for domestic violence. But recently he had been released. Worried about family being retaliated against, he asked Nick to take good care of his sister. That night, the girl went to a bar with friends to relax. Because of an ordinary joke, she was almost scared to death. She was locked in a wardrobe by her girlfriends. This triggered her childhood trauma. It turned out her father not only abused her mother, but often locked her in the wardrobe. Fortunately, Nick arrived in time and calmed her emotions. Back home, the girl spoke of her childhood experiences. Nick felt very distressed. To comfort her, the two hugged and fell asleep together. Unexpectedly, early in the morning, the father suddenly walked in. Seeing the scene before him, he only gave some instructions on other matters, then turned and left. Although the father didn't say much, they both knew very clearly that this love might be opposed by the parents. Now the two couldn't bear to leave each other. If destined to be impossible, then let tonight be the eternal night. They passionately kissed in the car, then went to the seaside to enjoy this last love to the fullest. Until dawn, the two sat on the reef, confessing their love and reluctance. On the way home, Nick went into a convenience store to buy something. When he came back, the girl was gone. The car alarm was triggered. He knew this wasn't simple and immediately called the police. Watching the surveillance, he saw the girl was kidnapped, and the mastermind was actually her biological father. He resented his ex-wife and daughter for sending him to prison, and now that she had married a rich man, he wanted revenge to extort 10 million from the billionaire. The woman knew clearly her ex-husband was a lunatic. She didn't care about the money. His purpose was to destroy her life. Before handing over the ransom, the family had already called the police. The woman wanted to go alone, but her husband stopped her. He didn't want his wife to take such a big risk, so he went with her. Sure enough, upon meeting, he tried to kill, luckily missing. The father was originally a race car driver, but because of prison, was banned from driving. After losing his dream, he wanted revenge on everyone. Nick, using the car's tracker, quickly found them. He drove in pursuit. Even a fierce gun battle occurred on the road. After a chase, finally, they were cornered at the dock. Nick and him stared at each other for a few seconds, then immediately understood one another. When the mother and stepfather arrived, the culprit had already disappeared without a trace. The daughter was only frightened, but fortunately unharmed. After surviving, the whole family embraced each other excitedly. But the romance between the two was never officially made public. Every time they secretly dated. Actually, the stepfather had already told the mother, and the story ends here. Not sure whether there will be a sequel.